Let's talk about Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Visually, this thing looks kind of like an anime, down to the particle effects, down to the animations. It's pretty damn smooth. I like when you're using the Nippo abilities and it looks like he's charging up his ki like he's a fucking Super Saiyan. I like the special effects when you're fighting the boss, and I do like the art styles of the conversations that you're having with the NPCs and the boss characters. I just love the art style of that. Just, I don't know, definitely feels retro visually. I think they definitely pulled that off here, and it's still something that I thoroughly enjoyed. Gameplay wise, it's fun, it's addictive. There's even like a boss rush mode you get after you finish the main campaign that I've done a few levels on. Well, not levels, but I've done a few rounds on, I should say. And like, it's just, there's a lot of different things you can get. There's amulets you can get with active and passive abilities. Some of them allow you to like have counter things where if you hit a certain amount of hits, you'll like do more damage, and some of them allow you to heal when you do a certain amount of damage. It's a really cool, interesting mechanic. You basically buy abilities from a store that you can unlock by finding these Ouroboros like relics that allow you to unlock things. There's a whole system here of different ways you can interact with this game gameplay wise, and I think the developers did a phenomenal job with it. The platforming is actually really good in this game. I was surprised. I get a little bit concerned with 2D side-scroller games, just on the fact that I want the platforming to feel fun, and I think the developers did a fun job with this. I think the last game that I enjoyed that was like that was Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, so I think this game is like, I think almost a little bit better actually, as far as that like wall running gameplay goes, when you're like climbing up the walls and jumping to the other side, and then there are certain walls you can hook to with these claws. I can't say enough good things about the gameplay here. The boss fights aren't too bad. They are a little tricky at times as far as difficulty. Like there were some enemies I would fight where like the animation seemed like they were just like doing the same shit over and over again. I'm like, dude, is he really doing that attack again? Like, what, to do something else so I can like attack you, dude? Like, what the hell? And I did notice that when you do play it, the game does put you on Shinobi difficulty, which is basically their version of hard, because if you go down, it's just the medium difficulty, which I thought was a little weird, but I did beat it on Shinobi difficulty because, you know, play it how they intended it to be played. So like I said, I can't say enough good things about it. There's so many side things you can do. I don't say as far as variety there's a lot of things to do, but there's these Enku things you can do where they're basically just like platforming sections. There's elite squads you get to fight, which were actually fun to fight. It was cool actually because it was like a little mini boss rush thing, and you did kind of kick their ass if you were like really skilled enough, because the dodging in this game feels tight, the combat feels smooth, the animations are on point. Story wise, it's pretty straightforward. You're playing as a shinobi character who's village has been invaded by this guy called Ruse, and you're basically on this quest for vengeance. It's kind of in the title, right? And throughout this, you actually do make friends with one boss that you fight, and you go down and you I don't want to say too much about it because it's still kind of recent, but I think the story was pretty good. It was serviceable. It's not something that you're gonna see and be like, oh, I haven't seen this before, because if you played like a Ninja Gaiden or probably even a Shinobi game — I've never played a Shinobi game in the past, by the way, you've probably seen this before. So overall, Shinobi Art of the Vengeance is a pretty damn good game. Visually, Sega and lizardcube did a great job taking a game and kind of making it 2D. Like I said, there are some entries that are 3D and still making it look good. Feels like an anime when you're looking at the animations here, especially when you're using some of the abilities. You're like charging up the ki. It just looks fluid when you're moving around the map and climbing up the walls. I can't say enough good thing about the animations and visually here. The level designs look great. I like the flames. I don't know why that was the thing I would notice every time I'd play it. Like, that was pretty cool. But like gameplay wise, it's pretty good. The combat's flashy, it's quick, it's responsive. That's one thing you want in a game like this. Like when I'm dodging, I want it to dodge. I think every once in a while I'd get into a hiccup where I would try to dodge and it wouldn't like cancel my attack animation, so I would still get hit. But even on the Shinobi difficulty, which was like the intended purpose of how you're going to play it, I didn't find the combat to be overly difficult. There were a couple bosses that I got stuck on for a little bit, but if I gritted through it and, as usual, paid attention to patterns and kind of slowed myself down a little bit, I had a lot of fun with it. Platforming in this game feels tight and responsive. I liked when you were doing the wall jumps, how he would, if you held the button, he would kind of run up a little bit and then he would jump over to the other side. That was pretty cool. Story wise, pretty serviceable, not going to blow anybody's mind. It's a story about vengeance. You know, your village is invaded, now you're going to get vengeance on the guy who did it. And there's these things that happen that I do think are little bits of it are pretty cool, but like I said, it's nothing that's gonna be like anything you haven't seen before. So if you're somebody who is looking for that nostalgic experience from the old Shinobi games, play this game. You're gonna like it. If you like 2D games, play this game. If you like action platformer games with a little bit of challenge in the combat, play this game. So, and if you don't like any of those things, then I don't know why you're watching this video, because it's probably not the game for you. But let me know what you think down below. Did you play Shinobi Art of Vengeance? Let's talk about it. Peace.